This is a 2021 Chevy 3500 HD High Country, and it is a 1-ton without the dually wheels. And it comes to me for a kind of a cross between my steam package as well as my full package. Basically, the client just wanted everything that the steam package had to offer except for the carpets, and then the exterior wanted basically everything that the full package had, plus an engine cleaning. So it was kind of a little hybrid. And we're also doing a ceramic spray coating instead of the wax, which is just part of the soap. So like I said, it is kind of a hybrid. And this is why I have it parked outside of my awning, because the hood is so tall when open that it would actually hit my awning. That would be a real problem. So as you can see, the engine compartment is crammed full of stuff. And it is pretty dusty and dirty. So that is the first thing I'm going to tackle. Then we'll start with the tires, the outside, get the coating on, and then we'll move to the inside. It may be in that order, I don't know. So because this thing has a Ram induction hood, this right over here I think is a pressure blow off, because it can't take in all the air. That might be too much. So I don't have to do anything necessarily with that, because it does have like a little rubber grommet that faces downward. So I'm not gonna be able to get any water in that very easily. But I did place a plastic sack over the output right here, which goes into the input of the air breather, and I covered that up as well. Now, for those of you that are curious, cleaning your engine with water is actually very easy to do. It is not dangerous, and engines nowadays, especially modern engines, are very watertight. They're actually meant to get wet at times. So as long as you don't sit there and hose it down with a pressure washer, we're actually just going to use our water hose with like a little shower setting, and we'll blow it off as soon as we're done. But just be sure not to hose down excess water in areas that don't need it. Just noticed this as I was detailing. There's a hole in his cover. right, so now we're on to the inside. Let me show you that. So it's really not that bad. You can kind of see there are some floor mats that were here. They're over there. Anyway, they pretty much covered all the carpet, so there's very little to vacuum up. There's some items right here in the back that we'll just need to take out. And the front is kind of the same way. They're almost like WeatherTech mats that fit pretty much all over the carpet. So the interior of this truck is very, very clean. Even the console looks really, really clean. And he even cleaned it out for me before he even brought it in, so that was pretty awesome. Okay, so I've done the vacuum of the front and back, including the console, dash, doors, and I took out the bits of cargo that were right inside there and got that all vacuumed out. So now on to wiping down everything and steaming what needs to be steamed. All right, so I've steamed everything that needed steamed. I put 303 on everything, and I also put leather conditioner on the seats. So everything is looking really, really nice. So all I gotta do now is the windows, everybody's favorite part. Let me know what is your favorite part about cleaning a car down in the comments. Windows are probably my least favorite, especially the windshield. All right, with the windows now done, I went ahead and did a spot vacuum because inevitably stuff's gonna fall on the floor when you're cleaning other stuff above it. So went ahead and got all that up, and the last thing I gotta do before putting them back in is to just clean these floor mats. So I'm just going to use my drill brush and some degreaser / all-purpose cleaner, and then pressure wash them off. just like that, this truck is now done. Just gotta shut the hood. Oh, I gotta reach up there and get it. This truck is so tall. There we go. She is ready for pickup. I've already informed the client. He said he'll be on his way in about an hour, so I am pretty stoked that this is done. After all, that truck is huge. Took forever just to wash the outside, let alone doing the inside. That's a lot of real estate there. It's a long bed, it's tall, barely fits under the awning here. Oh, I have to say that even though the wheels seem pretty simple, they took forever to clean because of all the holes. I had to use 2 different wheel brushes to get in between there, and then detail brushes just to get around the lugs and the hubcap. That took forever too. One cool function that these mirrors have, I just found by accident. There was a switch on the driver's side door, and they actually will slide out this way whenever you need, I guess, a wider view. I've never seen mirrors do that, but there's a track on the back side right here that it just glides on. Kind of cool. There's the better look at the hole, but it doesn't go all the way through to the underside, so no water really gets in. So that's a good thing, I guess. I also took a bit of time and cleaned the rear differential, mainly just because it's easily seen because this truck is so tall. So it is now looking good. So even though the undercarriage wasn't exactly part of the arrangement that he paid for, I always do something just a little bit extra for a new client, and he is a new client. And now, just like every detail, there's always a mess that I'm going to have to clean up. If after your details or just cleaning your car at home, are there messes that you have to clean up once you're done that you just dread doing? Leave me a comment down below. One thing that he asked me to try and do is this rust spot was from some chairs that he had in here, and apparently they got wet and made a mess. And he asked me to see if I could get all of that out. And truth be told, there were lots of them all over this tailgate and several right here in the bed. And using some... Sorry about that, my battery died. Good news is, while it was charging, I was able to clean up my mess. Okay, so like I was saying, there were rust spots all over this tailgate. All I was not able to get were these right here and this area right here. For some reason, it just did not want to come out, even with iron remover and degreaser. I did get several out over there, but those right up there did not want to come out. So he just asked if I could try to get them out, and I did for the most part. Look at this truck though. I mean, it is clean. Not just from me, but I mean just the overall look of it. It's just super clean. I like all of the instrument cluster look and tons of switches. This thing's almost smarter than I am. Which ain't saying much. Well guys, that about wraps it up. Hope you enjoyed this particular detail, and if you are in the Oklahoma City and more Norman, Del City, whatever area, and you are in need of a 5-star detail like this one, be sure and check out my website, shortorderdetailers.com, and you can make an appointment there or just reach out by phone number and we'll set up an appointment that way. If you are not in the immediate area and you just are enjoying the channel, be sure and comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Be sure and leave some information down below about yourself. I'd love to get to know you. So until then, I'll see you on the next detail.